What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Mello with Marty's Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet, and in today's video, we'll be talking about the resurrection of the Chevy Avalanche. I think you guys are going to like this one. If you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you aren't already. I upload fresh General Motors related content every single week, so if that's something that you're into, be sure to tune in. Let's get into it. All right, so I think we all remember the Chevy Avalanche, right? The Chevy Avalanche was a four-door pickup truck that shared General Motors' long wheelbase chassis. It's the same chassis that was used in the Chevy Suburban and the Cadillac EXT. But for some reason, breaking away from a long-standing tradition, the Avalanche never got a GMC counterpart. It's kind of weird. Now, production of the Avalanche started in September of 2001 and ended in April of 2013, producing just 2 generations across its lifespan. Now, for the first generation, the Avalanche featured light gray plastic body cladding, and this was mainly as a way to distinguish the Avalanche from the Suburban and the Yukon XL. The Avalanche also gave the public an advanced look at the next generation of front fascia across the entire GM lineup. Of course, we got that full-length chrome strip that split each headlamp as well as the grille, and then we got the gold Chevy bow tie in the center. The hood and fenders on the Avalanche were also a little bit more aggressive. You can see you get that aggressive flaring as opposed to, say, like that soft box look of the other GM T800 models. The Avalanche was quickly becoming a hit for General Motors. It brought something new to the market that nobody had ever seen before. In fact, the Avalanche was nominated for the North American SUV of the Year award and was Motor Trend magazine's Truck of the Year for 2002. It seemed like even journalists didn't know what to call this thing. Was it a pickup truck? Was it an SUV? Who knows? I still don't know. In 2003, the Avalanche received a slew of changes. It got a newer interior, it got a larger steering wheel, audio system, new gauge cluster, infotainment center, memory front seating, an optional rear DVD system by Panasonic. Imagine that in 2003, among a few others. But one of the biggest improvements, in my opinion, was the removal of that side body cladding, because soon after the release of the Avalanche, customers noticed cosmetic issues with the cladding on their vehicles. Extended exposure to heat and sunlight would cause a faded, chalky appearance sometimes, and the plastic would get like this weird zebra striping. If you've ever had a vehicle with plastic on the outside, you probably know what I'm talking about. But thankfully, after all the customer blowback, the cladding was trimmed off the Avalanche, and instead, GM utilized what they call slick sides. Speaking of trimming, real quick, I have to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, Manscaped. Now, I'll be honest, guys, I never plan on accepting any sponsors on this channel, but when Manscaped reached out to me, I had to talk to them, and that's because I'm a Manscaped customer already. Manscaped creates men's grooming and hygiene products, and they were kind enough to hook me up with a bunch of new stuff from their new all-in-one performance package, like this little guy right here. This is the all-new Lawnmower 4.0. I've actually got the old lawnmower. I've been using it forever, but this new one, I have to say, it is a huge improvement, and I think that might be due to the new updated ceramic blades, but it's also got smart charging now, upgraded battery life, lasts up to 90 minutes. I hate charging things. This thing's awesome. Also included in the kit that they sent over, the Manscaped Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, as well as the Manscaped Crop Reviver. Let's not neglect the twins, guys. Keep them smelling fresh. Your ladies will thank you. You're welcome. Manscaped also sent me the Weed Whacker. This is the nose and ear hair trimmer, and this uses actually the same skin-safe technology as the Lawnmower 4.0, and what that means is no nicks, no tugs, no crying. This thing works fantastic. I had a Panasonic one. I just threw it in the trash. Thing's gone. In addition, for a limited time, all of my subscribers can get the entire Manscaped 4.0 performance package, plus the Shed travel bag and the Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs. And all you got to do, you got to visit manscaped.com/Brian or hit the link in the description below and get 20% off plus free shipping when you use promo code Brian at checkout. Manscaped, always the right tools for the job. You know, I would never, ever tell you guys to go get something if I didn't believe in it, right? Trust me, Manscaped, it's awesome. Now back to the Avalanche. The Avalanche was originally marketed as being able to change from an SUV into a super SUV. And this was all made possible by a plastic cover and an exclusive midgate called the ConvertiCab system by General Motors, which could, of course, open and close. The midgate was essentially a divider behind the second row of seats that could be folded down with the seats to create a longer bed area or folded up to make a larger cab area. It was almost a perfectly executed mishmash of SUV and pickup combined into one. For the second generation, GM began production in 2006 for the 2007 model year, and it shared the same front-end styling as the Suburban, as well as the same standard and available features. However, a special Z71 package was also offered for the second generation Avalanche, and this off-road package added suspension tuned for rough terrain, an exclusive automatic locking rear differential, aluminum underbody skid plates, wheel flares, Z71 badges, and a wheel and tire package. The popularity of the Avalanche continued. Honestly, it was just... people wanted this thing. One was given away to Michael Young at the 2006 MLB All-Star Game. It was featured regularly in the popular television series CSI New York. It even came in second place on Speed TV's reality TV series Bull Run in 2009. It was a cool truck with unique features that won awards, and customers who bought one all seemed to love it. But like all good things, in April of 2012, GM announced that production of the Avalanche would end after the 2013 model year. And this was mainly due to, and it's going to sound crazy, but a sales decline of 2.6%. It looked like the Avalanche was finally starting to lose its luster with consumers. But with 2013 marking the final year of the Avalanche, GM did do something pretty cool. All Avalanches, regardless of trim level, featured the Black Diamond Edition package, which added Black Diamond Edition emblems to the rear pillars, replacing the previous trim level designation emblems, where you'd normally put like LT or LTZ. And it also added unique emblems inside the Avalanche, commemorating its production from 2002 to 2013. The 2013 Avalanche was produced in limited numbers, and each buyer actually received a limited edition coffee table book with photographs of the owner's Avalanche, a copy of the window sticker, and a complete history of the Avalanche from 2002 to 2013. The book was shipped to either the dealership or owner's home after the owner took delivery of their new 2013 Avalanche. Now, I can't think of any other vehicle that GM did something like this with. So, the Avalanche was a big deal. And honestly, there's been a lot of rumors lately about the Avalanche making its return to the GM lineup, and I think it would make a lot of sense. After all, the Avalanche was a truly unique vehicle that no other brand really had a competitor for. So, I did what I always do. I got with my good friend Oscar Vargas, known on Instagram as WBArtist20, and he came up with a new version of the Avalanche, utilizing, of course, the current Suburban as the inspiration. Now, the main question of this series is, of course, would you buy one? And at first glance, when I saw this new Avalanche, I knew my answer would be yes. I've always loved the Avalanche. Keeping true to its original design, Oscar didn't just slap a bed on this thing and call it a day either. He also incorporated the original side body cladding onto this 2021 Suburban and even blacked out the grille. Now, I think we can all assume that in 2021, GM can handle some body cladding without any fading issues, especially considering that they did, in fact, figure out what the problem was in manufacturing back in, I believe, 2003 or 4. I actually like the look of the body cladding. I think it differentiates it a lot from the rest of its lineup. I'm just not a fan of it, of course, when it fades and gets that really chalky or zebra stripe look. Now, in addition to the cladding, we can also see a much more prominent fender flaring, just as we did with the original Avalanche, and I've got to say, the lines on this thing look flawlessly executed. It's like the new Suburban has just been begging for GM to slap a truck bed on it. Other pieces to note are like the flush door handles, as well as the easy step rear bumper. And something else to keep in mind is that if this truck were to come out, of course it would have the multi-pro tailgate, right? And add that in with the Avalanche's converter cab setup, and I think we've got one hell of a unique vehicle on our hands. This thing would be like the Swiss Army knife of pickup trucks, and honestly, I think it would sell pretty well. But let me know what your thoughts are on this new resurrected Chevy Avalanche, and of course, answer the question for the series, would you buy one? Let me know too, if it came as an EV, would you prefer to go that route? Or do we need a 6.2 under the hood of this bad boy to keep us all happy? As always, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you made it this far into the video, please help your boy out by smashing that like button. Subscribe if you aren't already. Check out my friends over at gmpartsdepartment.com for all your GM OEM parts needs. Visit manscaped.com/Brian, coupon code Brian for 20% off plus free shipping on your Manscaped 4.0 bundle. And I will catch you all, probably after Thanksgiving, in the next video. Thanks again, guys. Take care.